Social scale. Can individual scale practices make an ecological difference, or should we focus on key institutions? We all know that a range of social scales, from individual to global institutions, matter in the context of environmental issues. But where should we put our time and energy? The Ecotypes social scale axis considers these choices. This relates to the Ecotypes theme of small versus big action. To the left of the social scale axis is the individual pole, and to the right is the institutional pole. Let's look at beliefs on either end of the spectrum. I believe that individual actions like recycling can actually accomplish more than collective actions like working to pass green laws. Individual lifestyle changes won't make a big environmental difference. We must focus on larger social and political institutions. Now, let's listen to some student anecdotes relating to the social scale axis.
Yeah, so in terms of social scale, I definitely think that when we're attacking these really big worldwide problems, uh, large change is very important. But I think there's also an important, slightly smaller aspect, uh, sort of in between the individual action and the very large scale, like local community organizing. I think that's super important, and that's a great pathway to greater change.
Yeah, I think that institutional change is very important because that's where the scale could be, or the changes can be made at the largest scales, and they can impact other people too. Because if you only focus on your own life, then compared to the billions of people in the world, it's probably not making much of a difference. But if you're able to make changes at the institutional level, then those changes apply to several other people. So I feel like if you're working towards changes at a larger scale, you can really have exponential impacts. Being said, I still feel like individual changes matter. It can be good to lead by example by making changes in your own life. It's hard to advocate for changes at a larger scale and not be making sustainable choices where you can in your own life. Also, as individuals, you can communicate about environmental issues and solutions. And through that communication, even with just your friends and family, you can spread messages and they can spread those messages. I like to think of it as waves of change. And so by doing that, you can still be an individual who's making choices in your own life, but ultimately having goals to shape public opinion or be able to make change at large scales like institutions.
So for the social scale, I'm or believe more in institutional change versus individual change. I think that really is specific to climate change. Just I think that like having connections with nature and taking care of the planet really is individual, but because of the climate crisis, we have to make institutional change. And I've also learned more about kind of reframing the idea through my time in school, that thinking about like institutional and policy change also inversely affecting people's mentalities too. So like kind of creating this discussion or this like protection of the environment becoming second nature, and like institutional change can really push that. It can make us, maybe not if we pass, say, like a carbon tax tomorrow, there's going to be pushback. But in 30 years, that institutional change really does become individual mindset change because we just kind of get used to it. And so I think that institutional change has this capacity to push individual change as well. But because of the climate crisis, it's incredibly important that we're doing grander things. And so I think institutional change is really the only way to actually do that. Specifically like to reach, IPCC thresholds and not let the planet fall apart quickly.
Where do your opinions lie on the social scale axis? Do you regard individual actions or institutional actions with more importance when approaching environmental issues? You can find out by taking the Ecotypes survey at ecotypes.us. It only takes a few minutes and will immediately give you comprehensive results about you. If you want to dive even deeper into ecotypes, the website has more information and there's even a book coming soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you gained something valuable from it. This Ecotypes video series is all unfunded work, so if you would like to support us and know of any further opportunities, please get in touch and engage with this video by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps us out. So thank you so much and stay curious!